Federal agents spotted entering homes in East Boston on Wednesday. Our cameras capturing one man being taken into custody.
É muito triste.
Neighbors in the heavily migrant community surprised and happening amid heightened alert for mass roundups and deportations promised by President Donald Trump. Immigration and Customs Enforcement announcing Tuesday it was rescinding a Biden-era policy of avoiding so-called sensitive areas, including schools and churches.
It is horrifying, and that is the point.
Hannah Hafter at Episcopal City Mission says the network of churches sheltering families of mixed immigration statuses makes them a target for ICE and won't be complying with them unless they have a signed warrant.
Just because they aren't respecting churches as safe spaces doesn't mean that the people in the churches are not going to treat it as a safe and secure space.
Worcester Public Schools is similarly not cooperating with ICE without proper authority, reassuring families, saying in a letter, principals and school-based staff have received detailed guidance on protecting students' rights, responding to ICE interactions, and supporting students whose parents or guardians may be detained during the school day. Meanwhile, the school's transportation department ordered its bus drivers not to let any students off the bus if they see any agents at bus stops.
Those are the places that people who have criminal intents go to hide.
Former Bristol County Sheriff and Massachusetts Trump campaign chair Thomas Hodgson says he will be helping ICE to make it easier for the raids to happen.
We don't need any groups or organizations attempting to create this environment where it makes it harder for law enforcement to keep our communities safe.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
Two questions.
Yes, Marsha. How are you, first of all?
How are you?
Good, good.
The first one has to do with immigration. At his inauguration speech yesterday, the mayor said he was closing...
The mayor or the president?
Sorry, the governor. I know you would do it because the president said that he was closing the border and that he was going to deport immigrants who commit crimes. I know that you, having met with Tom Honan, have that same idea that you would like to deport immigrants who commit crimes. But now that this has been made the law of the land, what effect is it going to have in New York? If ICE agents come to New York, will you be cooperating with them, and will you call some of these crimes part of the 170 crimes that New York City is allowed to cooperate with ICE with? Tell us what this means for New York and what you will do as mayor.
Again, Marsha, I have spoken and communicated on this issue to the point of being exhausted. I've been very clear on this. It is not going to change. I have communicated with the clergy group last week. I've communicated with other immigrant groups over and over again. We want to bring down the anxiety. We want our immigrants to know that this is a city of immigrants. This is a country of immigrants. It's imperative that you go to school, use the hospital service, use the police services. I went over this over and over again, and I'm just not going to keep having the same conversation over and over again.
For the first time in more than a decade, officers enforcing immigration laws will now be able to arrest migrants sheltering in schools and churches. The new guidance coming from the Trump administration today. This comes after nearly 24 attorneys general, including from New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut, filed federal lawsuits attempting to block yesterday's executive order ending birthright citizenship, which guarantees U.S.-born children are citizens even if their parents are not. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt's been taking a look at the guidance on enforcing immigration laws and how it will impact our area, and joins us now live in the newsroom with more. Linda.
Yeah, hi there, Steve. Well, first of all, President Trump, he had promised mass deportations, and today the administration taking a major step.
Those who commit violent crimes in our city have violated their right to be in our city and in our country. And we're going to continue to collaborate with ICE around criminality.
Mayor Adams once again emphatic the NYPD is not restricted from working with ICE when it comes to criminals. Now the Trump administration is allowing ICE and Border Patrol to go into sensitive areas like schools, churches, and hospitals to arrest migrants.
They want to deport the gang members, the cartels, the sex offenders who have been walking in our streets, on the streets freely.
Staten Island Congressmember Nicole Malliotakis says President Trump is making good on his promise of mass deportations of criminals.
Well, it's my understanding they're going to focus on Chicago first, followed by New York, but I imagine some of it will have overlap and will occur simultaneously.
The Department of Homeland Security saying criminals will no longer be able to hide in America's schools and churches to avoid arrest. But many migrant advocacy groups say the sweeps will target innocent migrants.
People are going to be scared to send their children to school. They might disenroll their kids from school. People who need health care will not go to hospitals because they fear that ICE might go into the hospital.
At St. Paul and St. Andrew Methodist Church on the Upper West Side, their message to ICE and Homeland Security is on the door.
To just show up and say, oh, we just want to look around. No, that's not okay.
Reverend Kay Carpin says the church has been helping migrants with food, clothing, and other services, including working papers, for years. He says not one has been a criminal.
Obviously, if somebody from ICE has a judicial warrant signed by a judge for a particular person who has committed some terrible crime, we would consider that in a different light.
Now, I also spoke with an immigration lawyer who says if ICE does decide to pick up migrants who are not criminals, they will not be deported. He says they will have their day in court. We have a legal system here in this country, and that's how it works. Steve, back upstairs to you.
All right. Thanks, Linda.
They're wasting no time, and ICE is making nearly 500 arrests in the span of just 33 hours. The New York Post cover, the Iceman cometh. President Trump also signing more executive orders, including one designed to block illegal crossings. And he told Sean Hannity that Joe Biden's failed policies forced him to take swift action.
Why would somebody say that open borders are good, where jails and mental institutions from other countries and gang members right off the streets of the toughest cities in the world are being brought to the United States of America and emptied out into our country? Why would anybody that even likes, you don't have to love our country, you have to like it. Why would anybody that likes our country, the Democrats, allow that to happen? And even now, I watch them on television, they're trying to justify it. You can't justify it.
So those ICE raids taking place in many parts of the country, including the sanctuary city of Boston. That's where Bill Malugin went on an exclusive right along with ICE, and Bill joins us now to tell us what he found and what he saw. Bill, good morning.
Bill, good morning to you as well. In the early days of this new Trump administration, ICE officials tell me they're taking what they call a worst first approach, meaning they're going to target the worst of the worst criminal alien offenders first. Well, we were given exclusive access to join the elite ICE team right here in Boston as they go into sanctuary jurisdictions and enforce immigration law.
Good morning, everyone.
It's a frigid 5 degrees in the pre-dawn hours just outside of Boston, where this team of elite ICE officers is briefing on their targets for the day.
We're going to be targeting some extremely violent offenders today.
Within moments, the officers are on the move, with eyes on their first target.
Looks like we got movement, target vehicle coming out.
They quickly take him into custody. He's an MS-13 gang member wanted in El Salvador for aggravated murder. And he has an Interpol red notice out for his arrest.
We are targeting very violent threats to our community.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Señor, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
So you guys got your main target just now, but you got somebody else. What just happened?
So our main target was released by a sanctuary jurisdiction, not honoring a detainer. That person was released back into the community, and when we went to go find him, he's with somebody else who was previously removed from the United States. So he's going to go today too.
And that is exactly what Border Czar Tom Homan has warned would happen.
When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that are in the United States illegally. They may not be a criminal priority, but we're not walking away from them.
ICE Boston says they will continue to go into sanctuary jurisdictions and do their job.
Today was a good day. Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities. Unfortunately, a lot were released by sanctuary policies, but we're here to tell the Commonwealth and the rest of the country that we're going to find them whether they're released or not.
And guys, shortly after we finished filming, ICE Boston told us they arrested 2 more targets in other parts of town away from our cameras. One of those targets is a previously deported Honduran illegal alien who was arrested for raping a woman while putting a gun in her mouth. The other target they got is a Haitian man who first flew into the United States in 2023 as part of President Biden's controversial migrant flights mass parole program. Well, they just picked him up yesterday because he's been arrested locally for sexual assault. We'll send it back to you.
Bill Malugin, it was fascinating to watch all of that. I think I was just saying to Bill, this is terrible for Joe Biden and the legacy that he tried to leave behind. A question from me, how soon will they actually be leaving the country? Does that take a long time?
It depends what country they're from. If they're from cooperable countries like El Salvador, Guatemala, countries like that, it can be quick. It can be within days or weeks. If it's countries that are harder to deport, countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much, it can go into a process of months. But the Trump administration is changing policies with something called expedited removal. The bottom line is people at home don't need to understand all the policies. The Trump administration is just going to work as fast as they can to get all the people you just saw on camera there out of the country as fast as possible. They're also going to use their State Department, now led by Marco Rubio, to put pressure on countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much when it comes to those deportations.
Bill, just two points of clarification here. It seems a lot of these crimes are associated with sex crimes. I'm just looking at the list a bit earlier today. I don't know if that generally is the case or not. And second, if Boston's a sanctuary city, how are they allowed to do this? Because we told there would be resistance.
Boston doesn't have to cooperate with ICE, but there's nothing they can do to stop ICE from coming into their city and enforcing the law. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. And that's the point ICE makes to us is, look, they don't have to cooperate with our detainer requests. They don't have to tell our officers when they're releasing somebody from jail. But we're going to do our job. We have our intel guys out in the field. We have people with eyes all over the place, and we're going to snatch those guys. So they can make ICE's job more difficult, longer, and more dangerous, but it's not going to stop ICE from doing the job, guys. The bottom line is, ICE says it's safer for everybody involved if locals would just hand these guys over in jail once they're arrested, but they don't. They let them out onto the streets. They don't tell ICE about it, so ICE has to spend a lot of resources gathering intel, finding these guys, and then going out into the community to do arrests, which could be dangerous. You saw that combative Haitian man, and then you saw in the case of that one MS-13 member, his friend got snagged. They weren't even looking for him. They were looking for the MS-13 guy. They picked him up because a sanctuary jurisdiction released the MS-13 guy. ICE found him and then found the guy who was in the apartment with. They found out he was an illegal alien as well. So now he's going to be deported too.
Wow.
Amazing. Bill Malugin, thank you so much. More to come on that.
Thank you, Bill.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
Just mentioned high on the president's priority list is definitely immigration. Trump is declaring that national emergency at the U.S. southern border.
Trump's administration says it's the kickoff to his process to end birthright citizenship, but that would take a change to the Constitution. As Fox 13's Alejandra Guzman reports, that has some communities on edge.
It's expected to be a challenge, one that local immigration attorneys are taking with a grain of salt, considering you need both the House and Senate to be on board, which can be very hard to do. But the fear of losing loved ones to immigration policies is now a haunting reality for thousands of migrants here and their families.
I live in fear
but I have hope.
The fear of deportation has been a constant cloud hanging over Dora Poki's family, especially now under the Trump administration. At 60 years old, she feels the weight of both hers and her husband's legal status. Her family's roots trace back to Mexico, her grandparents traveling as migrant workers when crossing the border was so much easier before settling in Texas, where she was born. Her husband has lived in the U.S. for many years without a legal status.
I get a knot in my throat because I don't know if he's going to go to work and not come home. You know, what's going to happen? They're going to stop him and he's gone.
They've been married for 10 years. Her fears about his undocumented status resurfacing as Trump takes over the Oval Office for a second term.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
When I heard it, it was like tears rolled down my eyes.
Already on day one, the 47th president is signing a flurry of executive orders. One of his biggest and most controversial promises is the push to end birthright citizenship, a right protected by the United States Constitution. The 14th Amendment says,
All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside.
Diane Butler, who has practiced immigration law for over 30 years, says changing the Constitution is an incredibly difficult move. It requires 2/3 of both the House and Senate to approve and 3/4 of the states to ratify. The administration itself can't change the Constitution, not even with Trump's executive powers. Now, there is talk among conservatives who want to discuss the phrase subject to jurisdiction, which typically applies to foreign diplomats.
Ironically, using that phrase would, in a sense, put undocumented parents in the same position as foreign diplomats, except that it's not the same.
According to the immigration lawyer, undocumented people in the U.S. are subject to jurisdiction, meaning they must follow criminal and immigration laws.
To try and reinterpret what has been a bright line, very clear, easy to follow rule seems to me like it would be entirely ineffective. It seems like they're just weaponizing that one tiny part of the amendment. I think that's right, yeah. It just feels like using birthright citizenship and limitations as an effort to curtail immigration is like throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Not to mention how costly she says it would be and the thousands of people this would impact if it were retroactive.
To abolish the 14th Amendment, the birth by citizenship on U.S. soil would be a tremendous change to our history and our culture.
The Trump administration has already ended the use of CBP-1, an app allowing migrants to legally enter the U.S. A message confirms all appointments are canceled. With asylum restrictions in place, the border is effectively shut down to asylum seekers.
He's not going to win this. We're going to continue to fight.
All right. I don't know why it's not sharing the sound. Like that's some weird shit right there.
Orders, experts say that they will raise prices here at home. And then
So let me ask you, did y'all hear any sound at all? Like, did y'all hear a sound and then it cut out? Or y'all heard no sound at all? That's weird.
That's right. And as the president starts his second term, he signed executive orders tackling birthright and immigrations. And the professor I spoke with told me why some of those orders could be challenged in court.
It's going to be
Federal agents spotted entering homes in East Boston on Wednesday. Our cameras capturing one man being taken.
Hey, for now on, if I'm playing a video, y'all don't hear a sound, let me know right away. Because I didn't do a sound check because this normally just works. But now I got to start doing sound checks. That's weird because I checked all the boxes. This is weird.
Taken into custody.
É muito triste.
Neighbors and the heavily migrant community surprised.
And thanks for the super chat. Yeah, the dude Chris, young Tether Chris, was calling you out, Donnie. Yeah, so thanks for the super chats. Appreciate it.
And saddened to see it go down. The operations happening amid heightened alert for mass roundups and deportations promised by President Donald Trump. Immigration and Customs Enforcement announcing Tuesday it was rescinding a Biden-era policy of avoiding so-called sensitive areas, including schools and churches.
It is horrifying, and that is the point.
Hannah Hafter at Episcopal City Mission says the network of churches sheltering families of mixed immigration statuses makes them a target.
So y'all heard this already? If y'all heard, if the sound just went out seconds ago, I don't know what, maybe the coldness, I don't know what. So if y'all heard all this already, I won't go back to the beginning. Okay, let me catch up to about over, I think it's right here.
Liberation Day.
Hey man, listen. This right here this is not a scheduled live. That means the phone line is open, the link is open. Where's Wiseman? I told Wiseman to pull up. Okay, so this is not a scheduled live. I'm playing video. We can talk about it. Want the link? Let me know. Want the phone number? Let me know. This is not a scheduled, pre-planned, organized live. Okay, it's gonna get messy. Get messy. By the way, I support Trump on this right here. I think this is right on.
That's right. And as the president starts his second term, he signed executive orders tackling birthright and
stop on the video. It doesn't stop. Okay, so I support Trump on this, the birthright citizenship. I support Trump on the illegals got to get the fuck up out of here fast as possible. So far, I'm rocking with him. So far. Okay, let's see where I disagree with. But so far, so good. You dig? So far, so good. All right, let me put the link in the chat. Because SMH definitely prophesied this. SMH definitely prophesied this. You dig? Gotta get the boys some credit. All right. He definitely prophesied this. Now, they gotta come to Chicago to SMH, but listen, hope they come to Jersey first though, so I can go back. If they clean the streets of New Jersey, I'll be back. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you dig? Cause y'all can't even imagine. I wish I would have just recorded it. I didn't even think because I'm like, I don't do it. I mean, I'm mind my business. We're FBA, we're not tethered. Like, I don't care about what Mexicans are doing or illegal Hispanics are doing. I don't care. But what I should have did was record. Yo, y'all wouldn't understand how many illegals, Latinos, were just laying on the ground. It was so many of them. While I was walking to Popeye or something. Y'all don't understand. Like there was so many illegals laying on the lawn, like just laying on the ground, like litter. It's like you had to see it to believe it. They probably cleared up now the ice over there. But y'all wouldn't believe, man. Like that's an image I'll never be able to shake. It was so many illegal Latinos just laying across the yard of like Home Depot, like different like stores, laying in the ground in the grass. I'm like, yo, so this is better than Mexico or Venezuela or where you come from? Laying in the grass of America is better than your homeland? Like, yo, I know you had a hut or rut or something. Hey, dude, what's enclosing you from the elements? But this is why I know Chris ain't no shit about Newark. Yeah, man, they were laying in the grass, man. It was like some weird stuff to see. Like, yo, this can't be like life. Like, you, what the fuck y'all running from y'all that y'all laying in the grass?
Immigrations, and the professor I spoke with told me why some of those orders could be challenged in court.
There's going to be a lot of different things the president will try to do by executive.
Oh, ICE not giving out 750? Okay, how much ICE giving out? Hey, SMH, bro. If you were in Newark, whatever money they're giving out, bro, you'd be a millionaire. That's how many of these guys were laying on the ground in the grass. Like, I'm a human. You dig? We're humans at the end of the day. We might disagree with ideologies and different things like that, but I'm like, yo, that can't be right. Because they're humans. I'm like, yo, you laying on the ground, on the grass? Like, for how, like, what? The whole day until you go to work again? Like, yeah, that shit wild. That shit didn't sit right with me, man. It's like, nah, y'all gotta work it out in your country, yo. This is a depressing sight. You dig? The image my son gotta go see now. Like he's looking at these guys like that. Why they on the ground to sleep? Playing, dominoes and shit on the ground. I'm like, mind your business, lady. That's a quote from DMX.
He says it's something that could make it all the way to the Supreme Court.
So it would go to court, a district court in all likelihood, and whoever loses will appeal. And one of the realities of this moment in American history is we're not sure what the Supreme Court will do.
And the talk about the president's agenda on immigration has led Baltimore City Public Schools to issue a statement. It says in part, "We encourage all students to attend school, participate in activities, and enjoy time with friends without fear. Under long-standing federal policy that remains in effect, schools are protected areas. This means that immigration enforcement actions generally are not permitted at or near schools." And President Trump also signing an order to implement a 25% tariffs against Mexico and Canada. The president told reporters that the tariffs would not take effect until February 1st. On the campaign trail, President Trump says that those tariffs are intended to force Canada and Mexico into helping the U.S. close its borders. Experts say that they will raise prices here at home. In the newsroom, Kyrie Stewart, WBAL TV 11 News.
Liberation Day.
The applause that comment received was not received all that well in Dallas by Jessica Cortez.
They are feeling scared, angry, dealing with a lot of uncertainty.
Her parents brought her to the U.S. from Mexico as a child. She's a DACA dreamer hoping for citizenship someday. Her 10-year-old son was born here, but ending that birthright citizenship is among the immigration changes Trump hopes to make.
A 10-year-old, you're really going to take that away, strip that away from a 10-year-old?
There are quite a few things that President Trump can do to try to stem the
10-year-old, 1-year-old, 90-year-old, don't matter how old. No matter how old, we're not in the wrong. You are in the wrong. You're here illegally. Okay? 1-year-old, 2 months old, pregnant mom, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Wrong is wrong. You're here illegal, you must go.
Hey, I'm biased.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, peace, brother.
Peace.
That's the same thing I told Ariana. I said, you know what? I don't care what color you is, wrong is wrong.
Right. Yeah, we don't give a damn what your situation is. Like you knew the risks coming here. You knew the risks
Yeah,
coming here.
that's what my home girl. My home girl, she gone. She done cut off all communication. She gone,
Wow.
I think to Venezuela or Colombia, somewhere over there.
Wow.
But anyway, I said, oh yeah. I said, yeah, where she at right now? She gone. She scared.
Right. But yeah. I don't want to hear no sob stories. No sob stories. And listen, man, they need to leave his Latinos alone for last. Get these goddamn tethers, yo. You dig? Let the Latinos, because they gotta be the easiest. Let the Latinos for last. If I could communicate with the Trump administration and ICE, yo, go there. Let the Latinos last. Get those goddamn tethers up out of here. Okay? That's my thing. Get the tethers first. I don't want to watch these ICE videos where Latinos are going. Latina. Get those goddamn tethers. I want to see black tethers in handcuffs getting in cars. They are way more disrespectful than Latinos and Latinas, Ibizu. They are way more disrespectful. Get them out of here first. I want to see black tethers in those cars first. I don't want to see nothing light skin. Get those tethers out first. They are disrespectful as hell, ungrateful, and undermining, and they're
And
dangerous.
you know what's crazy? And me and my sister, we got into it, and she got real quiet. I said, really? I don't have no problem with Trump. I said, he lets you know right up front how he feel.
Yeah.
I ain't got no problem with the man.
Nah, I'm not. I don't even know what prison where I'm at. I don't even know the counties, yo. I've only been for like 2 months. I barely know the city I'm at because I work in a city an hour away. So I know where I work at, but I don't like where I'm actually residing in. It's all new to me. But I'm not in Prince George County. I don't even know what state is that. But Ibiza, man, I want to see black tethers in these cars.
No. You know what,
Okay.
brother? I
Yes.
agree with you, bro. Get their ass out of here too, man. Get their ass on. Go
Yeah,
ahead, get the
for
fuck
me,
on out the way.
Ibiza, it ain't two. It's first. Get them first. Because they're in our communities cosplaying like they want to look like the math hospitals, academics. Get them first. When I see Poppy in the car, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like going fishing, Ibiza. I ain't fishing in a long time. Do you fish, right?
No, you know what? I fish sometimes. You know,
Okay, now
me and my
wait.
uncle.
Stay right there. When you grab when you fish, what do you look for to catch? Like the bait you use, what do you look to catch?
Crappies.
Okay, when you catch something else less desirable, are you happy? Are you like, how you feel when you catch something less desirable than a crappie?
Yeah. You feel a certain way.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I see ICE snatching up Latinos and Latina, I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. But yo, show me something. Like, show me what you got. I'm like, Jay-Z, show me what you got, lady. Like, show me something better. ICE, you really ain't impressing me. Snatch up something brown. Go back, put that bait back in there and catch one of those brown fish so I can cheer. I want to see something brown in that damn car. Get these disrespectful, ungrateful out of here, man. I want to see one of them. Get them out of here. And get that birthright citizenship going too. So we can clear it, so we can clear the deck. Big. Now look at this shit right here. Look at these guys.
Flow of illegal immigration. This is just not really one of them.
SMU professor Dale
These guys swimming through shark-infested, crocodile-infested, piranha-infested waters to sleep on a. What? What you laughing? What you laughing at? I mean, really, and then be disrespectful. Hey, E-Bizzle. If somebody, if somehow America turned to a shithole like Nigeria, or better yet, Liberia, okay, and I had to sneak into, let's say, Egypt, bro, I will respect the hell out of every Arab there, every Egyptian there. I will respect the hell out of them because I know I don't belong here. So
Yeah.
even when they're right, even when they're wrong, they're right.
You know what? You was telling Stupies that a couple of days ago. And all them nations, they are shithole nations. Plain and simple.
Bro, I challenge anybody. E-Bizzle. This is my challenge to like black out this and Pan-Africanists and RBG. Full tempers. Give me one black country that their government is not corrupt. Just one.
I'm gonna tell you like this. A lot of people that they don't know the Nigerian president, he got a federal lawsuit right out here in Chicago right now.
Bro, he's been identified as a CIA plant.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, they got my man down as a CIA.
People don't even know that, bro. People, they don't even know that, bro. This man got a Fed case right now.
Exactly. And yeah, look, good point. And because of that, they were able to plant him now. Like, yo, you work for us. If not, we're gonna lock you. Know how they do. It's like, yo, work for us or go to prison. So he won the CIA informant, won the election. He's a sitting president. He's a CIA informant. Allegedly.
Yeah. People, they don't even know that, bro. They don't even know that. I promise you.
Oh, Maryland? Nah, I'm not in Maryland.
That man got a Fed case right now at the Dirksen Federal Building. Bro, I promise you.
And that, bro, I'm not denying it, and that's why he's on payroll. You dig? That's why he got to play ball, and he's playing great ball in Nigeria. He's doing great. He's doing great work for our country. He's doing great. Yeah. So now I'm not in Maryland. I'm originally from Jersey. I moved to the South, but it's just a temporary. Oh shit. Yeah, man, but they don't know that.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times it took me a long time. Well, when I dealt with my daddy, when my daddy went to the Fed, you know, I just learned a lot of information. When I found out the Nigerian president had a Fed case, I said, "Oh hell no!"
Yep. What was he like trafficking drugs? Wasn't it something with drugs?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. They were serving they was in the hundreds. They were serving heroin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He got a Fed case right now. But go ahead, brother.
All right, so let me play a little bit more because I'm gonna get to the topic in a second.
Carpenter reminds us that birthright citizenship has been ingrained in the U.S. Constitution for more than 150 years. It would take 2/3 of both houses of Congress and 3/4 of
And
state.
by the way, Yvette Cardinal, I'm gonna play here in a second after I play these videos. Because you know us, black people, especially over here in America, we think outside the box, we're the most creative. So Yvette Carnell, so all these guys are being lawful. No, well, it takes 2/3. No. Yvette Carnell came with a different way to look at it. Okay, that can be put on the table within this, where, I'm gonna play her in a second. She gave a genius take on this dilemma that the liberals and conservatives are fighting over. It's like, no, it's to you'll see. Her take is like real simple. It's not that difficult. You white folks, you white European Americans are making it difficult. It's not a big difficult thing. They dropped the ball, Ibizzle. They dropped the ball. Why every time these white supremacists, every time they do something for us, allegedly, like abolishing slavery, why they gotta open the floodgates always to immigrants, to tethers? So they abolished slavery, chat, and right away they started to open the floodgates for Northern and Western Europeans, and then latter Southern and Eastern Europeans, and then latter Chinese people, and then latter Mexicans. This was all during like right after Black Reconstruction up until like Jim Crow, the restrictive laws, the immigration restrictive law. I studied this stuff. I studied the history, Ibizzle. I studied the history. I'm not saying I'm well versed in fluent, I'm still learning it. But I am studying the history of immigration in this country. And there's some interesting things there. Okay, but I cherry picked some of the data I want to get to right where I want to get to. Our discussion on live. But there's things in there that's like off topic. I might get to one day. But
no, brother. Hey, listen. I'm gonna tell you this. Your channel gonna blow up. But listen, man, when you see this, I'm gonna show you a picture of it. I forgot his name, but Nigerian president, man, it's shameful.
Harakum, whatever his name, Harakum, something like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you a picture, bro. They got him on a Fed case. I'm telling you right now.
Him too?
You say what?
Him too?
No. Just the president. Just the president.
I already know.
Yeah.
I already know.
Yeah.
So,
But go ahead, bro.
All right. So I understand. Like I said, this channel is my main channel, but the other channel is more live. Like people really show out over there. They come in droves. And yesterday I jinxed myself. They didn't for the first time. But you normally, Ibizzle, I got a minimum of 50 folks live on the other channel. When I be at work going live, it'd be 80 to 100 folks at like 2 p.m. tuning in. Okay. Again, like when you go live, it's timing, it's titles, it's thumbnails. It's a lot you gotta master. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm still trying to master the science between the thumbnails, the time frame, and the title. Anyway, let's move on.
Legislatures to undo.
You can't get 2/3 of the Congress to agree that the sun rises in the east, much less to agree to any kind of significant or controversial, long-standing policy change.
Immigration changes did begin, however, the minute Trump began speaking today. An app called CBP One, allowing asylum seekers to apply online, was immediately shut down. He is reinstating the remaining.
Okay, so asylum seekers, if you don't know, because again, I study this stuff, asylum seekers are tethers from other countries who claim that they are being targeted for their political affairs in the country because they may be protests, things like that. They pretty much went against the set government, and they're being, or a coup, and they're being attacked for warring against the government or a coup, or expressing freedom of opinion, and that opinion is against the agenda of the government or coup. So those folks are targeted. So now they run over here and they come over here and labeled as asylum seekers. Now, asylum seekers are privy to benefits that normal immigrants are not privy to. So when an immigrant comes from, let's say, Venezuela over here, they can't get supposedly they can't get TANF welfare right away. They gotta wait 5 years, but they're that, and by the way, welfare is federal. So let me stop the word game semantics. Cause you will hear Tether say, hey man, government assistance. Listen, guys, there is something called the national government, which is also the federal government. Okay. And then apart from that, what you have is, Billy, you mute you real fast. You talking in the background. You just unmute yourself when you're ready to talk. Okay. So we have the national government, which is the federal government. And then you have 50 governments for every state. Each state has their own government and their own governor. Their governor sits as the president of the United States. Okay, the president is federal. The governors are state. So you got to understand federalism. And so, as a matter of fact, one live, I'm gonna go into government, the history of government. I've done it before. I got videos on my channel before. I'll do it again. Government. How government got to where it was in this country. Okay, it's an interesting story. Y'all got to get out of your blackology, where if it ain't black, it doesn't matter. And you're a fool. You know, this country has a history with Native, Indigenous Americans, Mexicans, FBAs, of course, and white people from Europe or UK, Europe, all of Europe. You need to know all that shit. And you won't be out of the loop, right? So, government, you got federal, you got local, which is state. So as long as state government can do their own thing, as long as it does not violate the Constitution. Okay, so the only time that I know of that state government was allowed to violate the Constitution was during Jim Crow. When it was in relations to FBAs, ADOS, American freedmen, emancipated persons. Okay, that's the only time I know in the history of America where state governments were allowed to contradict federal government rules. But coming down to today, state governments cannot pass something that's against the federal government constitution. Cannot do it. Unless there's like nuances and things like that. Like, for example, marijuana. It's illegal federally, but states are allowed to look the other way. Okay? But it's still federally illegal. Evizzle in chat. Did you guys know this? No, I'm freestyling, by the way. Where's my camera? You know, I ain't reading shit. Where's my camera? I'm not reading that. Okay. Did y'all know that you guys look at your state law when it comes to the age for consensual sex? Some states say 16, some say 17, and maybe some says 18. Visual in chat. Did you know that some states say 16, some states say 17, and you could go with the state law and they won't prosecute you? That's state law. But do you know that federally, consensual to sex is only 18? So that means even though your state doesn't prosecute you for statutory rape, the federal government can. Did you guys know that? So if a 20-year-old is having a consensual sexual relationship with a 16-year-old, the state won't prosecute you. That's their law. Or he's having sex with a 17-year-old. Or she's having sex with a 17-year-old. The state won't prosecute, that's their law. But federal government, the age is 18 across the board. They can prosecute you in regards or despite state law. They can prosecute you for statutory rape. So these are the conversations we gotta have with our youth. It's like, yo, no, bro, you 20, don't 17-year-old, don't do that, bro. because when they want to, and the government wants to, they can lock your ass up with statutory rape. That's a federal law. These state laws is like it's like nuances or pass or leniency where they allow you to do it. But marijuana, that's state laws, it's not federal. So you're able to dib and dab, but listen, guys who live in projects or government housing regulated by the government. If you're in housing regulated by the government, if they catch you with marijuana in your house, your unit, your apartment, you're done. Because remember, you're regulated by the federal government, not local government. Okay? I'm in the industry. I'm trying to give you guys game. So if you got some marijuana addiction and you're in public housing, they're letting you slide. But the minute you cause an issue or a problem, they're going, bye-bye. You smoke marijuana, bye-bye. That's illegal. The federal government gives federal assistance. TANF, all that stuff is federal. Bye-bye. Bye-bye in sync style. Okay, so again, unbiased sports. Again, like I know so much stuff. It's just ridiculous. It's just that like I don't believe a lot of people that tune in are interested, but this stuff affects your lives. Like your constitutional rights. I could go into your First Amendment, Second, Third, but you guys are not interested. You guys like to do the rah-rah. So we got a serious topic and we got 12 people live. But if I did a topic on something goofy, it'd be 150 people in here. I can do that. I can do a live with something trending. Let's see. Something with Fat Joe, Larger Moore. I'm gonna get numbers. But when it comes to real talk, people don't show up and show out. I'm used to it though. It don't bother me. But yeah, man, it's a shame, bro. That's why I say we're not ready. And when I do the rah-rah stuff, Tethers would join because they love to hear how degenerate FBAs are when we are. They love to hear that. That's so funny. Like Tethers are literally dark-skinned white supremacists. Okay? I don't see a Tether any different than a white supremacist. If a Tether had the means, they would be lynching us too. They'll be planting drugs, locking us up. Everything white folks do, they'll be doing it as dark-skinned white supremacists. That's how much they hate us, man. And their stereotypes are outdated. Like they're not even keeping up with modern day white supremacist stereotypes. They still talking about some welfare queen type stuff. They're outdated. That's unfortunate. But a Tether can easily call in, ask for the phone number or link, and we can have a dialogue. And I'm gonna use this word. I'm going to cook you because most likely you don't know more Black history than me. I probably know just as much Jamaican history as you, and Nigerians. I just started studying this. I probably know as much as you, if not more. I'm that confident. I know more Marcus Garvey than all you guys. Everybody in the chat and everybody who calls in. I'm gonna know more Marcus Garvey than everybody. Okay, I know that much because I raise arguments. I raise points I ain't never heard before. And you guys tuned in, you got to admit, you never heard him before. I asked a question. How did he even get in the country? I'm saying he got here illegally. Whoever said that before in these spaces? Whoever questioned Marcus Garvey citizen or immigrant status? I'm saying he got in this country illegally. You did, because when you study, you say, wait a minute, how the fuck you get in this country with those stringent restrictive laws? Those immigration restrictive laws. How did he get in this country? And I'm waiting. I already know what you can only say. So when I ask a question, believe me, I teach chess. So when I ask a question, I already know what you're probably going to say, the odds that you're going to say. So I'm ready for that answer. Like you won't catch me off guard because I already thought about the best answer you can provide. So I want to know, how did Garvey, if he's legal, by what means? And you can only say one thing, Doc, from my research. Then I got you. I got you.
In Mexico policy and ending asylum for people crossing the border illegally. And these red cards are circulating in immigration communities, reminding them of their rights if someone comes knocking. So they're really
reminding them of their goddamn rights. You ain't got no rights. You're illegal. So drop that car and put your hand behind your back and get in the damn car.
is in your family the concern of a knock at the door sometime.
Correct.
Millions in the U.S. now waiting to see what immigration actions do come next. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.
So a heads up. So when I re-upload this video, this on my other larger platform, all the stuff right here won't be on the video because I'm like, this is really all copyright. Like this is CNN, Fox News, NBC. So you won't really, you know what I mean? These are all copyright strikes. So when I go to upload this on my other channel, this is gonna be cut out. All right. So yeah, for you guys, I love you guys. So I'm gonna play stuff and get strikes for you guys. And I'll get suspended. Yeah, people been with me long enough and seen my channel get suspended for a week, 2 weeks, a month, but stuff like this.
Well, as we laid out today, so we moved for a temporary restraining order, which has a nationwide impact. The next step will be a preliminary injunction, which will allow for more thorough briefing. The TRO that was issued today has a 14-day effective date. So for 14 days, the United States government can take no further action implementing or enforcing this order. But we will be back in court, as will many other people across the country.
Attorney General, can you talk about, because this order would expire before well, according to the government, before the executive order would actually take effect, why was this needed now? What are the immediate harms that are happening today?
Well, there are two principally for the states. I mean, the states would have to start working on the potential impact of that effective date now. You can't simply wait for 30 days to prepare for all of the changes that would happen to state government to recreate and re-implement these systems that are having dire financial and administrative impact on the states. But more broadly, this is about people. This is about people who the President of the United States was trying to deny their law.
Oh my God. Yeah, I hate. See, I got a 3-year-old, so he makes a bunch of noise in the background. So I go on mute, and then I start talking after a while. I forget. Right now, he's making hella noise, and it kind of like destroys the quality and of the video. So I go on mute to block out the noise. Right now, he's making the most noise. He's just doing the most in the background. And like he got all this space, all these other rooms, but he wants to be near me with all the noise. Okay. So I go on mute and I forget to come off mute and I'm talking. Thank you for letting me know that I was on mute. Because I did a hella bunch of talking. I'm gonna summarize with this. Please be serious. Peace chat. I got a couple of super chats months ago. It was from 504. It was from ILCK and one other person that I could easily just find out. But I didn't even know that I had a super chat feature. I don't even know how y'all did that. Because I had just enabled super chat today. So for those brothers to send me a super chat months ago before I enabled it is like beyond me. I don't know how that happened. But my fault for not shouting out loud, whatever. I didn't know. Okay. So I was saying that this live is open discussion. So be serious, or anybody wanted the link to contribute or the phone number, anybody chat, let me know. The other channel we got, how come, this is my thing right here. How come you guys don't follow me to the other live stream when I go on FBA defensive unit? And how come they don't follow me over here? That's like weird. Like I'm the same guy. It's not a different, it's me. It's not a different channel, it's me. FBA unit, FBA defensive unit is me. Unbiased Sports Podcast is me. Unbiased Sports Podcast, few of you guys follow me over there, and barely none of them follow me over here. It's like, I'm trying to get y'all all on one accord. I'm trying to get y'all all to meet, like I have a family reunion. I want the FBA unit guys to meet you guys, and you guys to meet those guys and gals. And so yesterday I was live, or was it today? I don't remember. I had 30 live viewers, right, on Unbiased Sports. I said, hey guys, I'm gonna shut this live down and I'm gonna go live on FBA Defensive Unit. I say, all of y'all that's here right now, I'm gonna go live over there right away. So subscribe, click the notification bell. I'll see you there. I go live over there and Donnie and 2 other folks follow. I'm like, yo, what the hell are y'all doing, yo? Why y'all don't go over there? And why they don't come over here? I'm trying to get everybody on one cord. I don't want to do 2 lives every day. So so at some point I gotta end this live because I gotta re-air it for the live later on that channel. That should be weird. Why don't y'all subscribe? Let me type in the chat one more time. What the hell is the problem here, man? NBA, yeah, Q Living, Cassette be over there, Raymond, MC Track. But a lot of people they stay over here. It's like, yo, I'm the same person. So, okay, let me tell you why I go over there and I get the largest numbers. Because Unbiased Sports, people think they're going to see sports. So they'll come over here and they'll leave. Y'all understand that? The sports is there in the name. That's why the other channel, which is the original Unbiased Sports channel, I renamed it FBA Defensive Unit. I put FBA there so everybody know what they're coming to listen to and see. Here, Unbiased Sports, I can't get mad at those folks for being confused. They always send me messages and notifications, comments, saying, yo, you ain't say nothing about sports. I gotta apologize and let them know. Like, yeah, it started off as a sports channel, but now it's something real. I gotta keep apologizing. Okay. So, guys, eventually I want everybody to migrate. You're not fleeing. You're not fleeing. So I shouldn't say migrate. Eventually, I want all you guys to follow me to FBA defensive unit because the sports. Hey, stop! Okay, go get the car, go in the room. Megan, you just going. You just. I'm trying to talk. He just really just trying to out noise me. Okay. So I want unbiased sports. The fact that the name sports is there is throwing off new subscribers. So I'm trying to transition all of you guys. Stay subscribed here because I'm gonna still do my religious. So I'm gonna come back here to do my religious debates here. But for the like the serious talk like I'm doing now, that's gonna be for FBA defensive unit channel. Okay. So this will be more open to like goofy stuff. But over there will be more serious. So I want you guys to show up and show out and pull up. Subscribe, but I want you guys to go to FBA defensive unit because that channel does not have the word sports in it. So people are not going to be confused. I'm tired of getting notifications from people saying, hey man, what the hell is this? Clickbait or whatever. I'm like, I can't get mad because it says sports. So I want you guys to try your best to tune in more to FBA defensive units. I can go live there more often and less here. And here reserve this for sports talk if I do that. Like goofy shit. Like ninja goofy project shit here. You know, my dad's cam reactions here. For more serious talk, FBA defensive unit. But you guys gotta follow me there. It's like killing me. Like everybody here don't want to go over there. They don't want to come over here. So I gotta do 2 live streams. So I gotta shut this one down early or shut theirs early to come here or go there. It's getting annoying. It's too much. Because, you know what I mean? Just annoying. Okay. Anyway, let's get to the video.
Lawful right to be citizens, and babies are being born today, tomorrow, every day, all across this country.
Okay,
We have to act now to provide back to the status quo, back what has been the law of the land for generations. That you are an American citizen if you were born on American soil. Period. Nothing that the president can do will change that.
And that was the argument that just went inside that federal courtroom in Seattle from one of many attorneys general, that one from Washington State. Once again, temporary restraining order signed blocking President Donald Trump's executive order as it pertains to birthright citizenship.
All right, let me leave the FBA thing in here. I'll do that right now.
But let's bring our guest right back in. Immigration attorney Margaret Stock. Margaret, you called this one. You said that this is what would happen. But I have to really zero in. The word temporary on that restraining order. What makes it not temporary, and what kind of a timeline are they facing now?
Well, this is normal. You always get 14 days on a TRO, temporary restraining order, and now they're going to get an injunction, probably a temporary injunction, and then they'll get a permanent injunction. As the judge called it, it's a blatantly unconstitutional executive order. The president has no power to change the Constitution. He knows that. It's surprising to me that a couple minutes after he took an oath to uphold the Constitution and laws of the United States, he decided to issue an unconstitutional EO. But, you know, this is what he promised people he would do. So
this is a Tether supporter.
The judge had to do the judge's job and
not unconstitutional.
Issue a TRO. That's how things work in America. We go to the courts and we get them enjoined. And just as a note, the first Trump administration, this was standard practice that he would issue illegal orders and people would have to go into court and get injunctions. So it's just a repeat of the first term.
All right, and arguably the first defeat where his executive orders are concerned. So do you have any sense that he is going to make an argument to change the 14th Amendment to the Constitution? This is somebody who doesn't like to be told no.
Well, he thinks he can interpret the Constitution and change the meaning of the
Yeah, he
Constitution with an
can,
executive
because you're a
order.
dog.
And we've never had that in America. Presidents don't have that power. That would make him a king instead of a president. He's supposed to faithfully execute the Constitution and the laws, not throw them out with executive orders. So,
She's a dog.
it puzzles me that his staff would go along with this and let him do it. But, hey, that's the way things are apparently today.
To our viewers who are just logging on, we're having a conversation about what happened inside that federal
Okay, so
courtroom
you found
in
it?
Seattle.
Okay, cool. So I put the link in the chat for the other channel. So now in the link, you could see it says Unbiased Sports. Ignore that. That is because that is the original Unbiased Sports channel. Okay, so what happened was that it got suspended back in like 2019 because with some weird shit with YouTube. So it was down for 3 years, if not more. So what I did was, listen, guys, look, I'm a little different. Be serious. I'm a little different. My channel was down for 3-4 years. I appealed it over and over and over, and they kept saying, "No, we uphold the appeal." So, in a few months ago, right, about 5 months ago, if that, maybe 3 months ago, I appealed again, but this time I really read what they felt like I violated, because I was just appealing without blindly. So I really read what they thought I did. So this time when I appealed, I wrote a real challenging argument down there. And I believe I'm good at debating. I'm good at challenging things in policy. Chat. Once I wrote that down, my argument down, and about a week later, they restored my entire channel. And that's like almost unheard of on YouTube. For a channel to be suspended for about 3-4 years. And I appealed. And then I just say, you know what? Let me just read what they're saying. I violated. And I read it. I said, oh man, I think I got a good case. I presented my argument. I sent it in probably less than a week. I seen my channel was restored, and they sent an apology notification that I shared on this channel, maybe 2 months ago. Right? They apologized for deleting or suspending my account 3-4 years ago. But that was the original Unbiased. This channel was not Unbiased Sports. I renamed it that. Yeah, that's what people knew me as. Okay, so but the sports didn't confuse people, because at one point, obviously, I only talked about sports. Well, I wasn't talking like this, but I became like a YouTube activist, you could say. So I decided to stay on this type of topic because this is more edifying to people. I love my people. So I feel like sports ain't really doing it for us. So you see, I watch sports, but I love sports, by the way. But I barely ever talk about it because I'm not a coon. I'm not a Negro. I barely talk about it because it's not that serious to me. You got some Negroes out here killing each other over debating about LeBron and Giannis, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. Not me. I watch it and it's whatever. It's whatever. I would love to watch it, but I don't have to watch it. So if Donnie said, I'm buying sports, yo, man, look, man, I got some reservations over here, man. Yeah, I need you to pull up. Let's say if it's a Super Bowl. I'm out. I'm not watching that Super Bowl. I'm out. I'm leaving because I even though I love sports, I don't value it like that. It's not. I don't prioritize sports. I will go bowling over sports in a heartbeat. Okay, you know why? When that team win or lose, I don't gain a cent. Okay. So anyway, all right, BM. So let me play the video.
A judge signing a temporary restraining order against President Donald Trump. Executive order on birthright citizenship. That judge saying this is blatantly unconstitutional, and then walking out of the court said, it just boggles my mind.
Come in and chill with me. Come bleed with me. Gone down your hair. You heard what Gucci said. Been it right, baby. Come bleed with me. Gone down your hair. You heard what Gucci said. Been it. Gone down your hair. You heard what Gucci said. Come bleed with me. Gone down your hair.
Where's it coming from? Okay, I gotta put on mute because I be getting flagged for these songs. All right, so as you can see, the dancing nurse, bro. This Tether, right? I don't know. Hold on. Let me let the dog in. Hold on. Hey man, I don't know how these kids are being raised. Like it's just beyond me, man. Like that's why I'm pro men and women having babies later in their life, at least 30 years old and older. Kind of like what white women are doing. Like we need to pattern that behind white women. White women have children later on in life. You know why? Because they get their grown up. So all the things they want to do as a young person, they do it without kids. You know what we do? We have kids early and we still want to go out and do little kid stuff, 20-year-old stuff. How would it make more sense to do 20-year-old stuff single rather than to do 20-year-old stuff with kids? So yes, I support living your best life, whatever you want to do. You could be a hoe, whatever you want to do. Do it with no kids. And then when you're tired of it, 30, 31, now, your life should be together, career, whatever. You're stable. Now you're fit for a man or woman. If you're a woman for a man, man for a woman, because you've been there, you did it all. It's all good. You don't need to go clubbing. You don't need to go back in there. Yeah, damn noise. Okay, you did it all, and you're patient and tolerant, and now you know what guy you want now because you experience guys, right? You know what they're about. You're a guy. You experience women. You know what they're about. So you're gonna make a more mature decision in the woman you want to have kids with and marry, and the woman gonna make a more mature decision on the man she wants to marry and have kids with. Because you're experienced life relationships. You're an experienced relationship person now. Okay, so now when you have kids, it's a conscious decision. And you're not gonna raise a kid to be a nurse to dance sexually on the heads of drugged up patients. Look at this crazy shit right here, man. This Tether, man. I'm like, what would make a nurse, white, black, Chinese, trans, what would make a nurse, straight trans, what would make a nurse dance on the head of their drugged up patient and then videotape it and then go live, broadcast it before the world? How is this? What are you gaining from this? You think we're gonna click your OnlyFans based on this? Hell no. We're gonna think some weird shit going on. Be a handicapped dude you screwing or doming, giving top to. We don't want to see that shit, man. We're not clicking your OnlyFans based on this video, but look what she decides to do. This is wild, man. This Tether.
Her patient's head is not what it is. Trust and believe. All I gotta say for now is angles play a big part, but we're gonna get into that another time. Okay?
Angles play a big part, but we'll get into that another time. Angles. Yo, what do you mean? You sit on the dude. You're sitting on his head talking about angles play a big part. Why are you at work dancing on a handicapped guy head? Why sexually? Why are you grinding? Not dancing. Why are you grinding on a disabled man's head? You Jezebel. You are exactly what white supremacists said you were during the period of scientific racism. The South, the Confederate South, was trying to pitch an argument towards the North why they should allow slavery. They said because if you free these people, the men will be violent thugs, as you see to Chicago, and the women will be prostitutes or promiscuous, as you see right here. So it's like everything they pretty much said about Black folks, their argument for why they shouldn't go to war, they should allow slavery. We are living up to the South, the Confederate South, making them correct. Slavery should never end it because you were right. The men gonna be thugs, violent, and the women are gonna be promiscuous prostitutes. This is why are you grinding? You're a nurse, you're at work. Why are you grinding on a man's head sexually? By this face right here, she gotta be no older than 24. I give her 26 the most, but 24, I'm stuck on 24. What? And then you record it and post it on YouTube. What reaction did you want to get? You want us to laugh? These ain't regular like able patients where they could like laugh with you and talk to you. These guys are brain issues with these guys. And she's doubling down over here. I hope this chick get a couple years in prison. Okay. So I'm gonna say right now, I hope she get a couple years in prison for this shit right here.
Oh boy, hold on one second. I got my son on. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Matter of fact, before I get too deep on this, okay, before I get to, I'm going to, because it's already getting late, right? So I'm gonna end this live. Now, this is real simple. Since you guys are already here, I'm gonna start from the beginning with this one. I'm gonna go live on my other channel, FBA Defensive Unit, and I'm just gonna pick up. I'm gonna start this one over about her, not the birthright, not the ICE. I'm starting with her. Then I'm gonna get to the inauguration tether. That's gonna be funny. So, real simple. I'll put it in the chat one more time, the link to the other channel. And I'm gonna shut this live down and go live over there right now. If you guys just type in FBA Defensive Unit, as you can see the name right there. Matter of fact, look at the name. There's 3 dots by the name. Click the 3 dots, go and select go to channel, and then subscribe and click the bell. I'm going live right now there. I'm gonna stop here because I've been here for like, who knows, 2 hours, whatever. But I want to go to the other channel before it get too late. All right, so I meet the 13, 14, 15 folks here. I expect to see y'all over there. I'm going to talk about this and then the inauguration tether. I'm going to take phone calls and, invitations to the panel. Not everybody at one time, but in an orderly, organized way. All right. So this one, I'm going to shut this one down.